Hi, and welcome to another episode of Budget Beauty. I am Lindsay Beatty, and I'm trying to do a look this week. I said in the last episode that I was going to do a look based off of this picture that I found. So we're going to try to do this look really quickly, and I'm going to follow the directions and do it. So I usually do these once a week. And this is my weekly makeup. I'm doing makeup and I'm gonna go out somewhere look. And I don't really have a name for this one. Um, this is it's a brown look. I'm looking down at my phone. It's this. And so once we get started here, I'm gonna put it over here or over here or something. Probably over here. Um, I'm gonna put it so the next to this so you guys can see the steps by step, but I'm following these steps in this thing. So and there are like four shimmer shade steps, four eyeshadow steps, and then you do eyeliner and mascara. But you guys know I tend to do my mascara last, which is the last on this list, as you can see. And eyeliner, I tend to do my eyeliner first. So we're going to do that first. I think I'm going to do that first because that tends to give me um, a guide when I'm doing like from top to here, about here on my eye. Um, so yes, we're going to attempt that and see what happens. So, but per the usual, we're going to be using our primer stuff and things. So also too, I should mention that during this video, I am going to be, when I finish this, I'm going to go buy makeup. Um, it is it's Sunday, so I usually film on Saturdays, but I did not yesterday. I had a lot of um, errands to do and things to get done, so I was like, I'll just wait till tomorrow, and then I'll go buy my makeup tomorrow. So we're gonna go to Ulta to get a few things, and I'm gonna go to Walgreens and get a few things, and then I will maybe do something with it for Budget Beauty and talk about what I bought. So let's get started. Primer. Urban Decay. Um, it is, this is the anti-aging eyeshadow potion. We are gonna liberally put this on really quickly. By now you guys know the drill, and if you'll notice, some of my videos for the long form content are getting, shorter. And then for my short form content, that tends to be the breakdown. So I like having options. So like say you thankfully you have subscribed to me and you just want to listen to me talk about stuff going on and it's in the background, great. I appreciate that. And it's long form. So it's going to be like an hour maybe. Maybe an hour and a half depending on what I'm attempting to do. Um so it's I appreciate that. So I like having options for listening. So we're putting this on my left eye, and trying to do this in a mirror and get her done. Okay. All right. That's on. It looks good. Make sure I got enough over here. Okay. I thought I put enough on, and I did. I just need to spread it out a little bit. So also too, quick note, I am not using my actual phone. That was my phone. This is my phone, and you guys can see my my phone case. I got this off Amazon for like 15 bucks. But I'm using my old phone. I have a iPhone 7 Plus that I use as a iPod right now, and I I use that to do my to for my I use it as an iPod for music because I don't like my music being on the same device as my phone. Because even though my phone is big now, I guess this is like this is an iPhone 14 Pro Max. I use my phone for phone stuff and I like my music separate. I'm used to having a separate iPod, so I kept my old phone and did it that way. Um, so we're applying eyeliner now. This is ColourPop BFF uh, liner, liquid liner in the shade numero uno. So I like to have my stuff separate. I'm weird like that, and I'm also an old person. So I say that, and I'm middle aged, but I like my phone to be separate, and I like my music and stuff separate. Also, I have too much music for all of that. My music, I have about, I just counted the other day, I have about 54 gigs worth of music. Actually, no, I take that back. I have 54 gigs worth of video game music and like 27 or almost 30 gigs of like regular artists and things. I'm a music person, so um, I grew up with music in my household all the time. Um, my mom was a lyrics person, and my dad can sing, and thus I inherited the singing part, I guess, and I enjoy lyrics, so I do enjoy like lyric analysis and all. So there's that. My mom could sing a little bit too. She could carry a tune, and she really enjoyed. She was a music person. She's very much a music person, and so that's where I got my love and appreciation for music. And then I was in chorus for a number of years, from probably fifth grade until I had to skip sixth grade chorus because you couldn't be in chorus in sixth grade at my middle school. And then I joined in seventh grade chorus, seventh and eighth grade chorus, ninth grade chorus, 10th grade chorus, and then I dropped out of chorus in 10th grade, after 10th grade, between 10th and 11th grade. Um, I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to specifically do backup for Mariah Carey. And so I wound up not doing that, of course. And I was thinking about being a vocal major when I was in school, but I did not. So I'm waiting for this under eye to dry a little bit. Top should be dry now. So now we're gonna start following directions. Okay. So like I say, I know this is hard to see and it's crooked, and I'm gonna put something off to the side over here. Um, so step one um, is light eyeshadow. Okay, I guess like a beige. Well, that's gonna be weird on me because brown skin. So we're gonna attempt this. I mean, I feel like this should work on anybody's skin tone, but we're gonna attempt this, and that's part of what we're trying to see here is what it's gonna do. So to start, we're gonna use this palette, and I know you guys can see my ring light reflected in this, but we're gonna use this palette. It's the Nick AK New York, Nika K New York Sahara Gold 15 color palette. We're gonna use that because it has a lot of these colors in it that I want to try to recreate this with. So let's start with. We're gonna start with this one up here. This palette right here. I know that's really hard to see, but we're gonna start with this. This is a I don't know, and I say this, but let's see if all of these should be eyeshadow. Um, because we might be trying to run and put a blush on, and the blush is not gonna work. So, let me see. I gotta take the tag off the back of this a little bit and peel it off and hope that none of these are blush. I have a lot of these palettes. I bought them when I bought hair. Which, speaking of which, I am wearing new hair. I will let it down when I finish doing my makeup, but I'm wearing new hair that I bought a couple of months ago, and I just opened it up. And it is I cut the bangs myself in Betty Page style bangs. So yeah. Okay. So yes, this is an eyeshadow, so we're good to go. Hoping that this will work, and these are not the ones that I'm gonna use are not blush. Okay. So get this on. And I'm trying to see that the thing doesn't have really how I do my whatchamacallit. So I usually like to do liner. I like to cut my crease across the top, and it does not have that. So we're not going to cut the crease today. We're going to do something different. Okay, I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to pick it up on my little tool here. And I have. You just can't see it. When you see this on camera, it does not look like I have anything. I've picked up anything on here. I did. There's a lot. Okay, so I'm supposed to do the whole eye is what step 1 says. So see, you can see it now on this eye. You can see the whatchamacallit on my eyes now. So that worked out. I'm glad that worked out. Because I was not gonna. I didn't know if I had any of this shade anywhere to do any of this with. To be able to do this, I figured I did. I figured I had a palette that had these colors in it for me to be able to attempt to pretend to follow directions and do this. Okay. I got that mostly on my eye. It looks like I got it on my eye. Okay. There's another one of this, and I'm going to try another one later if this works. That is this plus like green. They do like a green shimmer on the lid in the middle part that they're telling you to do the middle. So I'm going to put this on this other eye. And I turned it over, and I'm using a new side of this brush to do this. Like, I would not wear this by itself. Like, I would never wear this color by itself because I don't have anything that is this color. And it's a matte shade, and I need shimmer on my lids. I gotta have something. I feel naked without some shimmer sometimes. So let's see. Let's get that covered. So in terms of upcoming events, I am going to do, because I feel like I need to fill this in a little bit. I'm going to do some, next week I'm going to, for my weekly Budget Beauty series here, I'm going to do some makeup based on my mom, as I've talked about. My mom, so next week, a week from today, as a matter of fact, my mom will have been gone 10 years. And so I decided I was like, hey, you know what? We should do something where we pay homage to mom. And she wore makeup. So that is part of the reason why I'm going to Walgreens to get some drugstore makeup, because I'm going to try to find the shade that she wore in the Wet n Wild lipstick. And I'm going to recreate what I think is a look that she would have done, which is probably not going to involve any type of eye makeup. It's just going to be lipstick, probably no face makeup whatsoever. So we're going to raw it. So I am I'm super excited about that. I am super excited. So, all right, next up, now that we've got this on, we've got step 1 done. We're doing step 2, which is medium eyeshadow. We're going to choose a medium tone here in this palette. I do not know what would be a medium tone necessarily. I guess this, but that's kind of a shimmer. That's dark. That's kind of dark, I guess. Actually, it really probably should be this one. We're probably going to do this one right here. Okay, so flip this head over. So these two sides that you see up top here are now clean. So we're going to use these to do a cross. Because what you're supposed to do, as you can see in the diagram, you're going across the bottom of this with the brown shade, I think is how this is going to work. Oh no, this is not going to work. Note that this is immediately just matching back my eye shade. This is terrible. Oh no. This is terrible because all it's going to do is look like I have nothing on because my eyelids are brown. So I was afraid this wasn't going to work for me. But the fun is in the trying, I guess. Like, it looks like I'm not putting anything on, but I am putting stuff on, but then it looks like I didn't put any shade on my eyes. So maybe we're gonna have to amend this and make it a deeper brown or something because this is not gonna work. All right, let's try a deeper brown. I know they said do like a medium, but I am medium. So what it looks like is you can see it. It's like right here. It looks like I just wiped off eyeshadow because I have brown skin. I have a brown skin tone. So what I'd have to do is do a deep chocolate brown, which is kind of what I'm doing right now. Um, but yes, next week we're gonna do stuff with mom, um, involving my mom's makeup routine. And we'll see how that turns out. I have some lipstick also that I would like to do an homage 90s throwback to mom. I would like to because my mom was a quintessential 90s lady. she and I'm a kid of the 90s, so I came of age in the 90s. I was born in the 80s and came of age in the 90s. So I was born in 81. So I am definitely a teenager of the 90s. And my husband is too. He was born in late 70s and came of age really in the 90s. Um, and by the time I met him, that's something also we're going to do later in the year. I don't know if I'm going to do anything with Budget Beauty with it, but I might show like the makeup I wore in the 90s, like do something with it. Um, I I used to wear a lot of Avon. Because my mom would get Avon stuff from people. She wasn't selling Avon. She just got it. She ordered it from somebody that she knew that was selling it, and so she always ordered stuff. And Avon, listen, Avon makeup again, it's like Wet and Wild. It is very much a beginner's makeup. It is if you don't know anything about makeup and you want to get started and you want something that's not crazy expensive and it's okay. It's not the best. It's not the best on the market, but it does what it sets out to do, which is be makeup. So I can't knock Avon because I used it because that's what was in my household. Avon and Wet and Wild. So let's be real. That's what I could afford. Um, so and I afforded what somebody else bought for me. So yeah, I never complained about using Wet and Wild at all or Avon. I actually really liked Avon, and my mom really liked the Avon Skin So Soft. She really liked that because we live in an area that is very southern and prone to mosquitoes. Oh my gosh, if you go outside in the summertime, I promise you my husband's gonna get bit up. If I go outside in the summertime, I'm getting bit up. But he immediately is, he just attracts mosquitoes for whatever reason. Um, so, all right, we've done step two, which was the medium eyeshadow. Now we need a dark eyeshadow. Well, baby, I don't know what we're gonna use because this is the dark eyeshadow. That's the dark shade that I was supposed to be using. So, I don't know what we're gonna use. I don't have a really deep brown, do I? Um, I'm trying to think. Do I have a deep brown? I mean, a dark, dark brown. I don't think I do. Um, so I use that palette to start this, and I'm gonna look to see if I've got another one maybe that I could use. That's what I'm looking here in my collection of things. Do I have a dark brown that I can use? A deep chocolate that's gonna offset this? Not really. I really don't. Because what they're trying to do is do a middle shimmer here in the center of the lid of this bottom brown part, and that may or may not work for me because I really don't have a brown that is dark, aside from what I just put on my eye. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do that. I can improvise. I can figure something out here. I have a lot of browns though. Okay, and this is why I don't buy brown makeup. It is the reason why I don't buy a lot of brown colors, because um, brown for me is, as you can see, brown is a very I'm gonna try this brown that I have here and see if it works as a lighter brown. It's kind of lighter, but not really. It's really not showing up either, other than what I just put on. It is the exact same shade as what I just put on, kind of. Okay, so we're gonna have to improvise here. We're gonna have to improvise because this brown is not super brown. It is, but it's matching what I already put on, and I did swap around the head and all, so you can see this is the new side, this is the old side. So I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do here because that's a different brown. But it's matching it. For me, it's gonna match. So, um, I don't know. I have brown. I have brown in the shadow sticks, and I'm thinking about this. I have brown in the shadow sticks. I don't know. See, I have this shadow stick, and this is a brown, but it's a metallic. So that's this is coca metallic. I mean, I know how to do the shimmer part here, but I don't know. I'm looking at this and I'm trying to figure out what we're doing here. For dark, it's just, I mean, I could do a black over there, I guess. I guess. I mean, I guess I could do a black over there and make it be like, because it's gonna have the brown underneath. That's why I'm thinking this through. It's gonna have the brown underneath. So let's do that. Let's see what happens if I do a black over there in the corner. Much better. Okay, all right. So that's what I'm gonna have to do in order to achieve the dark part of it, because um it's the black is the only thing that's going to be darker than any brown that I have. Okay, so that's what we have to do here. That's what we have to do. So as you can see now, you can see the black in the corner over here. That's how I'm gonna have to do that, because I don't have any other uh I don't have any other darker browns that would show up and read darker than the brown I just put on my lid. It will never read darker than that for me. So, and part of playing with makeup is figuring that out. It's figuring out how colors read on your skin tone. I mean, you can get some idea beforehand, but just by knowing a little bit of color theory and looking at your makeup, but and looking at how color reads on your skin with your undertones and things. But it's sometimes it literally is a go time decision. You go to put something on and you realize, oh crap, this does not work. Okay, so now we're on step, because what I did was did halfway through, which is what this shows in this picture is halfway through. And then in the center, you put your shimmer shade. All right, so I'm going to use a new tool than the one that I use, because I've used both sides trying to figure that out. Let me lean off camera there. And now, shimmer shade. And I have some brown shimmer, so let's see if I can find a brown shimmer. I don't want that one. That one's rose gold. So what I did was, by the way, I took that same palette I was using earlier, this one, and there is a matte black here. And that's how I did the black from the corner. Okay, so now we're going to do, maybe I'll use Sunset Sangria to do this. Center, yeah, I think I will do that. All right, so now we're going to dip into this one. It's a Nika palette again. Sunset Sangria, and new tool, fresh tool. It also has some brown in here, as you can see. That's a brown shade. I don't know if that one, I'm looking to see if that one's an eyeshadow. It is, it's an eyeshadow. And then this brown that I'm using in row 3, column 3, is an eyeshadow also. Okay, so we looked up. All right, so we're going to do that. I'm picking it up on the brush. Trying to get a little bit. And then we're going to go in the center from top to bottom. Yay! Okay, it does look like what it's supposed to look like here by doing that. And it looks cool. It's got a cool effect to it. Oh, yay, look at that. I know you guys can't see this, but it is, the effect is actually working like it as intended. It is like an ombre. It's an ombre effect. And you can kind of sort of see it where I'm pointing here. If I get in closer to the camera, you can see it. See how if I pull my lid down, you can see it. So there's black here, shimmer here, brown over here. And then the light is up there. The light color shade is up there. That's cool. Oh, yay. That looks really cool. I actually might, instead of trying to do the light colored shade the next time, I might just do that. I might just do it all the way up to the top. I don't really need the light shade up there. It's really not necessary. Okay, so then we're going to come over here, take the excess, and do it directly in the center. This rust color is really cool too. This palette, I really actually like this palette. And the makeup, now for it to be as cheap as it is, this makeup's not terrible. It is not. It is actually long lasting. I've never had any problems with it, just, like fading off with some good primer. It's easy to get on. I can pick it up easily. It's highly pigmented. I get good results out of it. You would think I wouldn't, but I do. I get very good results out of it. So I can't say anything bad about it. Not really. And now we've got that on. Okay. And there we go. So we have a shimmer. We have a ombre shimmer effect going on. That's really cool how that turned out. Wow. And it looks similar to this picture that you guys are seeing. Somewhat. Somewhat. It looks somewhat like it's supposed to. It looks very close. For me, trying to look in a mirror, it looks very close. So as you guys can see, so you can see it in my eye. If I close my eyes, you can actually see that. That looks really cool. I like how that turned out. Sometimes, as my fave Nikki Tutorial says, you gotta trust the process. Because I would not trust in that process. But that looks really cool. And the color choice there was actually really smart. That actually worked really well. So, That's my first time doing an ombre effect on my eyes. I've never done an ombre before. Okay, so then We've done the shimmer, and now it says do eyeliner. I don't really need to do eyeliner, but the way they do eyeliner, as you guys can see, the way they do eyeliner is how I do my eyeliner normally, where I go across the bottom of the lid down there. So I might do it. I might just do it. Let's do it. I said I wasn't going to do it, and then I was like, oh, wait. Actually, let's do it. So we're doing it. Just bear with me for a second. And I'm going to go across the bottom here. And put some black on. Okay. Because I've already got black on at a certain point here anyway. So in the corner where we put the black to cover up the brown. So, and I know that was supposed to be like a gradual, whatchamacallit effect, but it's not, it's going to be but so gradual there. Okay. As you can see, I drew a thing over there, but see, what's going to happen is I feel like that's going to overpower it. So maybe I should have done the thing all the way. That's why I say I don't think I need this light shadow up here. I think that's kind of a waste there, but because it's really not doing anything except looking like I didn't do half of my eye. So yeah, maybe not. I think that's a no-go. So we might modify this. If this were on someone with fair skin, that's a whole different story of how this would play out. In terms of will that brown show up and the point of the light color shadow. Because now it looks like I don't have anything on. I know it looks like I have half of my eye done and nothing else. So in order to make that stand out a little bit, what we're going to do is we're going to take our shadow stick in the shade Honey Barbecue Metallic, and we're going to go over across the top of that. See if that works. Yeah, that's much better. That actually is better. I mean, we're going to have this light color part up here. It's got to be kind of defined. And it was not defined without, one, cutting the crease, two, it actually showing up. Like it showing up and reading as me putting something on. So yeah, it kind of looks cool. It looks actually really cool, but so I think that beige shade just wasn't deep enough beige or a pigmented enough beige for me. Probably is what was happening there. I really feel like this needs a cut crease, but I'm not going back in and cutting the crease at this point. Okay. Ooh, now that I like. I like how that worked. Adding this helped. And because I don't have my crease cut up here, it's hard for me to gauge where to stop. That's why I said this is the boundary. Okay. Overall, I think I followed the directions. I had to amend the directions, but I think I followed the directions. And then, so then they say that your last step is doing the mascara. So yeah, I guess we can move on to mascara now. All right, so as usual, this is the Volume Booster Lash Primer. I am actually going to go buy some more primer in my other thing like this. My Essence. This is also Essence too, but I'm going to go and replace that today. So, all right, let's get her done. let's go put this on. Look down in my mirror here. So yes, I'm going to attempt to do my makeup the way my mom would have. And I think that's going to be cool. I really think it's going to be very simple. It shouldn't be take a long time either. Because like I say, she wore minimal makeup. Really all she wore was lipstick. Now I'm going to throw some things in there like eyelashes because how I do my mascara now. Because my mom had really long eyelashes. She just didn't wear mascara. She didn't see the need for it. When I was like, well, I mean, if you got long eyelashes, long natural lashes, then no, you probably don't need to. She was very practical, and she didn't have too much more going on than what she really needed to have going on. And I don't blame her because the older I get, I'm like that in other areas, not makeup though. I'm like that in other areas, and I get that from her. Um, so talking about my mom was pretty cool. She was 63 when she died. She had terminal lung cancer, and she was diagnosed February 26, 2012. I moved home March 1st, 2014, and I'm recording this March 2nd, 2025, so it's been 11 years, almost to the day, since I've been home. She held on and she did chemo up until she stopped chemo when I got home because all the chemo was doing was just kind of prolonging until she could get here, until I could get here, and so she could get me here. And so when I got here, she stopped in April of 2014, and she held on real good. She did really well. She passed away March 9th, 2015. So next week will be 10 years. Exactly 10 years since I lost her. You guys have heard me talk about my mom a lot. Even in these short few episodes, my mom was my best friend, and my mom. She very much was a good person. She had her quirks. She did. She really had her quirks, but she was an excellent person. Good judge of character, excellent character herself, hard worker, just really nice person to know and hang around and be around. Very much was well loved, very, very well loved by people in her life. When I tell y'all at her funeral, because at the end, my mom wasn't particularly religious. She really wasn't. We were raised Catholic, and so she was raised Catholic. So she very much, by the end, I think she was non-believing. I suspect. She never came out and said it exactly that, no, I don't believe in God anymore. But she dropped a few clues. She but we had a funeral for her. And at her funeral, people showed up. It was a packed house, standing room only in the back. It was like that. She had touched that many people and worked with that many people and inspired that many people to come to her funeral. Um, yeah, I miss my best friend. I miss my mom. There are times where I'm just like, I need my mom. Like, I need my mom. I need my mom because something has happened and I need to talk to mom. I'm waiting for this to dry a little bit before I start fooling with mascara, which is why I'm just sitting here. Um, but I'm just like, I need my mom every day. At some point during the day, I think to myself, man, I sure wish my mom were here. Um, in the time since she's been gone, I have, I'm trying to think. Before she died, my now husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, that's how long we've been together, asked for my hand, asked her for permission to marry me, and she was like, okay, I guess. She's like, that's what you want to do. She's like, son, you and my daughter are extremely grown folks. And so you don't need my permission. But if that's what you want to do, I understand why you're asking. So it was very sweet. And she said, yeah. She was like, yeah, you want my approval? Yes. I think you'll be fine with my daughter. Um, and so we got engaged. She died in March, and um, we got engaged December of 2015. Christmas Day, as a matter of fact. And so I I thought it was cool, and I was I wished my mom had been there. But and so it took us forever to get married, to actually get married once we got engaged. And I really wish my mom had been there in person to see me super happy and with the person I'm supposed to be with. She lived through me getting married the first time and came to my wedding. And she was very upset to see me hurt and, you know, just messed up by the divorce. And so, what I'm using too, by the way, for this mascara, I'm using the Size Up by Sephora. Um, yeah, yeah. So I really wish she had been there, but it was during the COVID times, and so I was really on the one hand really wanted her there, and on the other hand I was like, bro, I'm glad she was not here because she would have been scared to be out here and leaving the house, because she was immunocompromised from chemo. So COVID would have been a not good thing for her, especially something respiratory, and you have basically a tumor, giant tumor, the size of a baseball in your lungs. So, yeah, I'm kind of glad she wasn't there, but on the other hand, really wanted my mom there. Um, in the time that Mama's been gone, I've gotten engaged. I went back to school. I got another degree in accounting. I had my first degree in journalism, print journalism to be exact, and I then got a degree, got out of the business. I was a copy editor for 10 years, exactly 10 years, and I got out of the business and went back to school. I started in accounting at DHL, Global Forwarding, and then while I was there, I went back to school. I got a degree in accounting, and then I waited a year during the pandemic, and the year I got married again, I left DHL and started where I am now, which is in an auditing capacity, auditing and accounting role. So it's been a lot of change since Mom died 10 years ago. I wound up not having children. I cannot have children. As far as I know, I am unexplained infertility. I tried, but I can't. And my current husband is okay with that. We had that talk a long time ago about, say, I am very possibly not able to have children. Well, are you okay with that? And he was like, yeah, I'm okay with that. I think we would have made great parents, but some things are just not meant to be. So I am okay with that. I love other people's children. I don't mind the fact that I'm child free, but I love other people's children and my nieces and nephews, which I have quite a few. Yeah, I'm more than happy with playing the role of auntie. Um, I'm good. I'm very, very comfortably living auntie who minds her business. Um, and if the kids need me, they know how to get a hold of me. I'm very much a background auntie. I am not that super crazy involved auntie, and I prefer it that way. Um, but if push came to shove, I could be like, hey, come, but find out what's going on with your mom and daddy and when they come to get you. I'm that kind of auntie. That kind of auntie. So yeah, I've lived a very interesting life. Um, I yeah. So in the time that mom been gone, I mean, she would have loved the progress and the strides I've made in the 10 years that I've not been with her. And she would have been very proud of me and what I've accomplished and the way I've recovered my life from the foolishness that I went through with my divorce and getting out of the industry I'd gone to school for, and the only thing I'd known for a job for 10 years. She would have been very, very, very proud of me and what I do now, and I think how I live my life. I think she'd be very proud of me. So in the year that I was able to get back home and live with her, I took care of her. And that is why you guys always hear me say, while I'm trying to get this mascara thinned out there a little bit, you guys always hear me say that folks remember how you treat them. And for my mom, I was there for her. I was very much there for her. Uh, she was married to my dad. She had remarried my dad, which, to be quite frank, was a mistake. Um, and I really wish she had not married him. I really do. I really wish she had not married him. Period. Like the first time and the second time. Like at all. And I'm saying that fully aware that I would not be who I am if she had not. But I really wish she hadn't. If it meant that she had a better life and she was treated better, I fully would have been like, yay, sis, don't do it. Um, because at the end, I was there to take care of her, not her husband. Let's be real about it. So her husband was too busy gallivanting around with his girlfriend at the time, and I think nobody knows that that's what he was doing. We know. We all know. So it's no different than what he was doing the first time that they were married. So and people hate to see me coming. People who don't like the truth being told hate to see me coming. Because I'm not gonna shy away from telling the truth. So yeah, I knew what he was doing. She knew what he was doing. We also talked about the fact that one of her children was around and was present. The other one, not so much. So when it came time at the end, after she had died and about 5 years had passed, well, here we are freaking out because mom is gone. One of the children is making progress, the other one is not. So, y'all very seldom hear me talk about my sibling, but my sibling, this is the e.l.f. hydrating face primer per the usual. My sibling deemed it not so prudent to be involved at the end, so as to not be in denial about the fact that mom was dying. slowly dying, but dying. Hastened by the fact that it's cancer. So it ain't a matter, and in her case, it wasn't a matter of if, it was a matter of when. And she did all she could to hold it back, but she had to stop chemo at a certain point because chemo stops being effective after you've done a line of chemo. It stops being effective. And my beloved, well, her chemo stopped being effective right about the time she stopped. So they literally told her there was nothing else that they could do for her aside from make her comfortable. So that's what they did. But my brother decided that we're still going to act like Mama had unlimited time here. That wasn't the case. So my problem with him was, aside from him being an absolute nut job who did not care about me at all and really wished he didn't have a sibling, I was like, well, that sibling you wish didn't exist took care of your mama in her last days. So there's that. Even if you aren't grateful for that, just shut up. It's not important. Whatever you got going on, deal with it. I'll be here, and I can be here and be a resource. But if you're going to be obnoxious and you're going to be hateful and be awful to me, especially now that she's gone, I don't have to deal with this. I'm grown. I really do not need this at all. Family or not, I don't need this. So that resulted in an estrangement that stands today. And I promise you, if he died tomorrow, I would not be sad about it. And I know that's terrible to say, but some people do not deserve your sympathy and or your kindness. And I am very, very not sad about being not being involved in his life and not doing anything with that, because I get nothing out of it. Nothing. And I can tell y'all, my childhood was not a great one. Not from anything that my mom did, but my mom did the best she could with what she had. She really did. I know a lot of people say, oh, I did the best I could, and their best is not good enough. Well, my mama's best was great. So she wasn't the problem. It was the surrounding people. So, all right, I'm going to start doing this. That, of course, is the Juvia's Place Concealer. I Am Magic Concealer in the shade J7. So now I'm going to buff this in and give her a buff. Look at that beach, y'all. I say this is a little dark, so I'm going to, while I'm at Ulta, I'm going to see if we can possibly get a J6. I think I need one shade lighter to do this. And yes, I am aware I'm using this like it's a foundation, and it's really not. It's really not a foundation. It's concealer. There's a difference. But I want to see if I can get her in a lighter shade. One shade lighter ought to do it. But as you can see, even with this lighting, it still matches me really well. I'm very pleased with that. See that on that side? That still matches, and it matches my neck. So that's the key here. Does it match the neck? I'm trying to cover up the spots. So my skin's fairly clear right now. Like I have very little acne, but I have spots. And that's why I'm taking the time and the trouble to do this and go in with this and try to do. But I am aware that this is not, in fact, a foundation, but I am wearing it as if it is a foundation. But some people skip the foundation and go straight to concealer, so there's that. Um, say it's not super far off. It's not from my skin color. That's why I feel like I need maybe one shade lighter, maybe. And maybe when we get to J6, it's too light. Maybe it is. I'm not banking that they will have J6 when I go in there either. It was a struggle to get this 7. And I had to order one of them that I ordered. I had to order it and because uh, it was I couldn't get it in the store at all. Okay, that's a very quick beat. Looks good though. I ain't gonna lie. That does look good on my skin. Like it matches fairly well. Just my lighting is what makes me think it's too dark. But it matches really well and it makes me look like, I don't want to say a flawless beat, but it makes my skin look great. So maybe I should use foundation. I don't know. Maybe I should. Foundation is foundation. It's not concealer. It's not going to necessarily conceal. You're still going to have to put concealer on. So you might as well just use the concealer to cover up the spots and be done with it. I mean, but if you choose to wear foundation, I'm not mad at that. That's not my issue at all. You do what you want to do. Um, but see, like it matches my nose and my face. Like you can't really tell a difference here up close. This lighting is kind of weird, but and I'm still learning my settings on my ring light here, so there's that. I'm not gonna do my forehead because as you can see, I have hair up there, and I'm not planning to move my hair around and do all of that, so it should be fine. So that's good. That's done. Um, all right, we're gonna put on a little bit of lipstick, and then we're done. We're gonna use the brown today. I think I'm gonna use the brown. I used the red the other day, the wine. Actually, I've been using this one. Let's use the wine. All right. We're approaching an hour here. And lips lined. Okay. And now, lipstick wise, I don't know what I want to use. Maybe I'll use one of my nudes. I think we'll use a nude. I don't know. I've used this nude a lot. So I think maybe this one. Because I've used this one a lot recently. Let's try that other one. I am going to try one of these. I'm going to go buy some nude lipstick that I've been eyeing, kind of, and see. So I'm putting this on and trying to stay in frame. Uh, uh, got that bottom lip. Okay, and then here. Trying to paint between the lines. Okay. This nude is actually really pretty. Mm. It looks like pink on me. It reads as pink. That reads as very much pink. It's an interesting shade on me. I think we should maybe brown that down a little bit on the lip liner. I think. And this isn't really doing much, but it's doing something. A little bit. So, yes, I am, for all intents purposes, estranged. And, I have no plans to ever fix it. I don't want to reconcile. Um, I gain nothing by having a relationship with my sibling whatsoever. Nothing. I get nothing out of it. Um, so I am not pressed about having a relationship with him at all. I know all the people like, but that's your brother. I don't care. I don't care. I don't. I'm gonna brown this down a little bit. I want to drop that color just a tad. I know that looks crazy right now, but I'm trying not to put too much on, um, so that it doesn't become completely brown. I want to mute this pink down. That's an odd it's an odd mauve color now, but it's down. It's down to where I want it to be. It's almost a gray, like a brownish, pinkish gray. Yeah, I like that. I like that better. I actually kind of need to fix my liner because I kind of screwed up the liner there by doing all of that. Okay, there. Okay, yeah, that looks better. All right, time to spray it and set her down. And we're done. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the completed look. So also too, what I used here for this lip was Undressed. And to mute that down, I used, what did I just do with it? Nope, that's not it. What did I do with you? Oh, here it is. Okay. I used Going Desnuda to mute it down to this grayish mud looking mud looking color. So yeah. All right. Setting spray. NYX matte finish. Whew. Like I say, I never get used to doing that. Ever. I will never ever get used to doing that. So maybe I should use powder. My fan from Sweet Fool. How to dry her face. Okay. So I'm almost done here. Once I dry this, I'm good. And then tonight, when I finish doing, when I take off my makeup, I'm going to do my skincare routine. I'm gonna wash my face with some cleanser, and set her anew for the next week. And maybe when I get home, I might do some, during the week, I'm gonna do some breakdown episodes. Maybe. That's a maybe. I think I'm almost dry, actually. Um, I might do some. My husband's gonna be home in the evenings now. This upcoming week, so I don't know. Okay, I like how that turned out. I really do like how this turned out. And of course, as soon as I dry my face, now my face, I have to scratch my face. Yeah, I like how that eye turned out. So you guys can see. I'm gonna get up close. So you can kind of see the dark, and then the shimmer, and then the brown over here, then the light that's supposed to be out there, the light, and then the same thing on this eye. And then I have on mascara. So that was that look, and I guess I don't know. I guess it turned out okay. This needs to be smaller. This light shimmer, because I'm having to use a different light color up at the top. That needs to be smaller, and I want more of this to be up at the top. I feel that needs to be more. I feel like I follow the directions. I feel like I followed the directions, starting with number one over here with the full. I feel like I did a good job of following the directions. I think, but it's subjective. They didn't say anything about the lip, so that's why I chose whatever lip I wanted to put on here. But yeah, I think that turned out nice. So see what it looks like with the hair down. Like I say, this is new hair, and I'm very excited. This hair is cute. It's not super long, but I can also pull it back if I really want to. I think it's super cute. I like the curls and the bob at the end where it flips up. I've been wanting some hair like this for quite a while now. I think it's cute, and like I say, I cut the bangs, so I might do a little bit more cleanup on the bangs. But I like this hair. Yeah, pull my scarf. I anticipated doing brown today, so that's why I have on a brown scarf. But I have on a green shirt for Loki. Otherwise, I would have done the green look, but I wanted to do the brown one first before I attempted to do the green one, so then I can tell what I need to change for the green one, because that one's got a little bit more going on with the green shimmer. So, okay. I think this is super cute. It's super cute. And I like how the eye look turned out. I think that turned out very well. So yes, I'm very excited. This turned out cute. This turned out super cute. So, I want to thank you for watching. And we're going to come back, like I say, next week we're going to be doing mama makeup. So, yeah, that's going to be a whole thing and a whole time and a half. We're going to talk about some of the things that mama taught me with makeup, and some of the habits that I've developed over time because of her, and what I've learned, even though my mama was not a super makeup enthusiast. So, I want to thank you guys for watching. Come back and watch more episodes, and I hope to see you next week. Thanks for watching. Peace.